there, fellow marketers. Professor Walters here, and today we're here in Paris. And today we're going to talk about are the differences between service marketing and product marketing, because the marketing of services is different than the marketing of products for a lot of different reasons. And I'm really going to focus on four of the different kind of key aspects of a service in terms of how they're different than a product. I mean, one, they're intangible. You can't actually hold a service. Like, I can hold my phone in my hand, but how do you hold your education? I mean, you can't really hold it, right? So you have that. So a second way that actually differs is the inseparable nature of services. Like, if I want to get a haircut, on the sides, I have to be there to have it done. You can't have a service and not be there, all right? Now, a third way that you see that they're actually different is the perishable nature of services. I can't use yesterday's plane ticket to fly back to Chicago because it doesn't exist anymore, all right? And then the fourth way you look at it is the variability of services. Every time you get a service, it can be different. You might go to the same restaurant twice and have completely different experiences. And so what we're going to do is go through these four ways they're different and really give you ways that you need to focus as marketers in terms of how to deal with these differences, okay? If you think about it in terms of the intangible nature of services, when you go to a restaurant, you can eat the food, it's in your mouth, you can taste it, feel it, smell it, enjoy it, all kinds of great stuff. But the service is something that can be different. That's something you can't hold on to, because if you hold on to your waiter, you're going to have some problems, right? So you have to think about that. So our problem as marketers is, how do we make the intangible nature of services more tangible? How do we make it so people can kind of understand what they're going to be getting? And so what we do is we actually use cues in order to inform consumers. So if you think about it, we might show for a Six Flags or Disney World Paris or something like that, we'll show families having a good time. Look at them, yay! They're having so much fun. Yes, you can't hold that fun, but you can see people having fun, and that can cue you that this could be a fun time. Another thing you might look at is how the atmosphere might help or hinder your ability to market your service. That's why when you see all those law firms on TV, when they're selling their law services, they're always in their suit and ties, and they're on their phone right away, and they've got that wall of library books or of law books behind them to show how smart they are, right? We're trying to let you know that, look, the atmosphere here is professional, so we'll be professional when we work on your case, right? And so that's what they're doing. And another thing you might see is companies will actually use images to show the benefit or the value of their services. That's why you see a lot of accounting firms and consulting firms will sponsor golfers. Think about it. All golf is hitting a ball with a stick. Anybody can hit a ball with a stick, just like anyone can count 2 + 2, but it takes someone truly exceptional to hit that ball with a stick way better. Just like it takes someone exceptionally good to count 2 + 2 better for you for your taxes, right? So we're trying to show a lot of different things about our services, though even though people can't hold on to the service because of the intangible nature, they can understand better what they're getting. Okay. Now, the second thing we talked about is the inseparable nature of services. The person receiving the service has to be there for that service to be there. Like, I have to be there to get my haircut, right? Okay, so you have to think about that. But the thing is, it's very difficult for consumers to try out services beforehand. Like, if you ever wanted to get a haircut, and you're like, well, I don't know what I'm going to look like, and so you try different ways. Like, what would I look like if I dyed my hair? What would I look like if I shaved my head? I know what it looks like, with no hair here, but what about on the side? I don't know, and therefore you don't go for the service. And so what you'll see is sometimes companies use technology so you can see what you look like in these glasses on all the different sides, or what you might look like with different haircuts. Or we might just try to lower their overall risk. So we might say, look, your first month is free. Think about Netflix, Hulu, all those kind of subscription services. It's always like, well, your first month is free, and then you can decide if you like it and stay on, because they're just trying to get people to try the service out for that first time. And so that's why guarantees are going to be very important for this inseparable nature, so people know that, look, if you don't like it, it's going to be okay. Because it really is difficult for consumers to truly judge the benefits of a service without actually having it. But I don't want to have the benefits of shaving my head unless I really know it's going to look okay on me, or am I going to just look like a big bowling ball on top of my head, right? So you got to think about that. And so what's helpful here, this is where social media has become a lot more helpful for service marketing, is you're going to see reviews from other customers sharing their experiences using these services are going to be very helpful. That's why if you're looking at hotel stays, you read the reviews to see what was the service like there. How was your experience sleeping at that hotel? So you have a better idea, because I can look and see, hey, there was a family staying there with with small children, this was their experience, I have a better idea of how that service is going to work. Now, the third thing you're going to see that's different between services and products is the variability. I mean, think about it. When you go to McDonald's around the world, you get the same cheeseburger, the same Big Mac everywhere. That's why tourists like McDonald's, because they know what they're going to get every single time. But with services, that variability means you don't know if you're going to get the same service every single time. Because I've been to some McDonald's that were spotless clean and were a great experience, and I've been other ones where I thought my kids might get some kind of disease from the play area, okay? So you really got to think about these things. So what can we do to kind of reduce the variability of our services? So one thing you see with fast food places, you'll see if you go through the drive-thru, they have a little screen there that puts up what you order, and they ask, hey, is everything on the screen correct? They're using that technology to make sure the service stays consistent. Everyone gets everything they order, right? We use that technology to help us out. Also, going along with that, automation can help as well. I mean, think about it. When you go to the ATM, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can pretty much figure out the ATM. The automation side of it makes it a lot easier than trying to figure out which exchange house I could go exchange my dollars for euros for. I'm not sure which one has the best rate. I'm just going to go to the ATM. It's automated. I'll take care of it that way, okay? Also, what helps is a lot of training. You want to make sure everyone knows when they say that we have kick butt service here. Well, what is kick butt service? What does that mean? Oh, it means that you're visiting their table every 2 minutes. If their glass is under half full, you need to fill it up. You're going to ask them how they are at least 7 times. Whatever it means, you train people so they're always delivering that same consistent service, no matter who is the waiter that day or the salesperson that day. So we really do need to spend some money to kind of decrease that variability, because it is one of those things that people, if they go to a restaurant once and it's a great experience, they go to it a second time, it's a bad experience. What is that restaurant? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it somewhere in the middle? I don't know, but I do know if I've got an important dinner with my boss or my girlfriend or my wife or whatever, I'm not going to take them there because I can't take a chance it's going to be bad. I just want to know I'm going to go someplace that's consistent. And the last way that services and products are different is services are perishable. Services don't last. You can't store hotel rooms, stays in the back office. No, you can only have last night's, hotel room could have only been used last night. Tonight's hotel room could only be used tonight, okay? So you have to sell it when you can, because you can't sell anything that's left. There's no inventory to sell, because you can't sell back inventory because it doesn't exist. It's impossible. We do not have time travel right now, okay? Because if you think about it, all those hotel rooms we didn't sell, all those train tickets we didn't sell, all those airplane tickets we didn't sell, for all those flights, all those trains, all those hotels yesterday, that's lost revenue. So what do we need to do as a service marketing company? Well, one thing we need to do is we want to inspire people to buy, okay? So that's why you'll see those last minute deals, right? You're like, hey, we noticed that our flights to Japan aren't selling very well, so, we have a flash sale to get you cheaper flights to Japan, go to the Olympics or whatever. They do that in order to inspire people, right? So they're doing that to get those seats filled up. You have that. Other things, what you'll see is they'll actually try to inspire repurchasing. Have you ever gone to a hotel? I've seen this quite often. You go to a hotel and you sign on their internet like, hey, if you book your next stay while you're here, we'll give you a discount on that next day. So they're trying to inspire another purchase. But in general, what you really have to do as marketers is you really have to plan for those slow periods. That's why, like a place like Paris, there's planes going all year round to come here because it's an all year round tourist destination. So no big deal. But if you're going to like an island in Greece, well, those are only really popular in June, July, and August. So what are we going to do? Well, maybe we only have our flight service there June, July, and August. If someone wants to go there the other times of the year, sorry, we don't offer that service, okay? So you might do that. So I hope this helps you understand better the differences between service marketing and product marketing in terms of how services are different than products. If you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel. We put out all kinds of business videos all the time. Or you can go check us out on our ProfessorWalters.com website, where you can find all kinds of other videos and marketing tips. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say au revoir from here in Paris.